Guys, it's Andy, just bringing you another weekly update from our student ministry. This Wednesday night, we're continuing to plug away in the book of Hosea. We're down to our last two chapters, so that's really cool for us because we're getting ready to go through the book of Hebrews when we get done with Hosea. So this is a really cool transition time for us as a ministry. So if your child's not actively involved on a Wednesday night or they come here or there, this is a great way for them to become more and more consistent because we're going to be plugging through a book that's just absolutely beautiful, and it is packed full of just truths about the gospel and the good news of Jesus Christ. And so what we want to do is just encourage them to be a part of that. Our new 7th graders have just joined us, and so this is a real natural season of transition where, they won't be missing out or it being awkward or anything like that. It's just going to be the perfect time for them to get plugged in. Now, mentioning the 7th grade transition, if you've got a child that's just entered into the 7th grade, this will mark the second of 3 weeks of transition that we provide for them. Basically, they join us for the activities before youth and after youth, and then they also join us for the musical worship. But when it comes to the Bible study, we ask them to step up and to leave and to go down to the main building with some of our older students and one of our mentors. And we want to provide for them a more one-on-one Bible study. And the reason we do that is for several reasons. Number one, we want them to learn names of some of our older students and our adult leadership. We feel like that's important. We feel like if they know names, they're more likely to connect. But the other thing that we want to do is we want to begin to expose them to things that define us as a ministry. So, for example, Marcia is going to be the adult leading this Wednesday. She's going to be covering Matthew 28, which is the Great Commission. It is something that is a foundational truth of what we do as a student ministry as well as what we do as a church. And so we want our students to know from the very beginning, we're not a ministry of entertainment, we're not a ministry of catering, we're not a ministry of necessarily fun, but that we're a ministry that challenges students from day one to be actively involved in making disciples, to be actively involved in sharing Christ, to be actively involved in serving, people, strengthening believers, and to be thinking, God, how can I be a part of the expansion of your kingdom, which is starting churches? And so we want them to know from day one that we want them to be a part of that. And so we do that intentionally during the 7th grade transition. Now, to mention transition, I also want to mention Sunday mornings as well. Our church will make its official transition on September 2nd. So if you've got a child in the 7th grade, they will go into their 7th grade small group on September 2nd. If you've got a child that's just entered into the 10th grade, they will make that transition on September 2nd. So we want to make sure and make that clear because it's not a transition for everything all at the same time. There's about a month difference between when they can transition on a Wednesday and when they can transition on a Sunday. Okay? And so that's pretty much what's going on this week when it comes to just daily activities. We're still promoting Fall Prayer Retreat. Students can register online. They can go to coralhillbaptist.com/FPR, or they can go to coralhillbaptist.com/events, and they can register on either one of those pages for Fall Prayer Retreat. Fall Prayer Retreat is $75. It is October 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. If you need more information, I'd be happy to get that to you. But I do want to mention this. On September 2nd, it will go up to $85. And so this early bird rate only exists for a few more days, and then it will bump up to $85. So if you want your child to be a part of that, you guys need to make sure you get registered before September 2nd, before the price goes up on that. And then the only other thing, really the last two things I want to share, and then I'll be done and I'll let you guys get back to your day. We are continuing to promote Crossroads Winter Conference, which I understand is in January, but because it's a higher price tag of $280, we wanted to give you all enough opportunity to sign up and begin making payments on that. Now, with that being said, we've had several people interested in bringing friends that are not necessarily connected with our local congregation. And so the way that we've handled that is we made the students aware on Wednesday for the next 2 weeks. We were going to allow Coral Hill students to sign up, but after that, it was going to become open to anyone outside of our student ministry because we wanted our students to have enough of an opportunity to respond. So next Wednesday after service, we'll make it available to anybody that's outside the student ministry. So there's a limited amount of spots that are left. If you want more information, you can contact Wes Shipley and he can get that information to you. But the reason I say that is because they only have a week left before we open it up to other individuals, which means that the spots could fill up really, really fast. And so if your child wants to go to Crossroads, if you want them to go to Crossroads, then their time is not necessarily running out, but their opportunity to sign up is running out. Okay? And then the last thing is our parent forum. We do 3 of these a year, and so we've got one coming up on September 5th. It's at 6:15. It'll be down in the basement. We'll pick a room down there, just kind of whatever works best for us, size of the amount of people and whatnot. But this is a time for us to, yes, get some calendar, yes, do some vision casting, but we want to pour into you all as parents and give you all tools and resources and training and technique to help you all be better parents to your middle school and high school students. So, with that being said, Larissa is going to be helping me out with that, where we're going to be talking about relationships. Is it a healthy idea for Christians today? Is it, what do they need to look for in a spouse? Things like that. Larissa helped lead a breakout at our Rooted Student Conference on relationships, and so she'll be fantastic at that. I hope you'll plan to be a part of that, and it'll be just a great time together that evening on September 5th at 6:15. So that's all I've got. I hope you guys have a great week in the Lord, and I look forward to hearing from you guys soon. God bless.